Your software engineer job post has been live for weeks. Applicants came in, very few were actually worth talking to. Meanwhile, the roadmap did not pause. The sprint did not pause. Your team just kept absorbing the gap. That is usually the point where growing teams realize this is not a posting problem. It is a pipeline problem. This matters because an open engineering role creates more than inconvenience. It slows delivery. It puts pressure on the people already there. And it quietly raises the cost of growth. A missing front-end engineer can stall a launch. A missing back-end engineer can block integrations. A missing platform engineer can drag down the productivity of the entire team. The longer the role stays open, the more expensive the delay becomes. Not just in salary, in missed output, in team fatigue. So, what is a software engineer staffing agency, really? At its best, it is not a job board with a fee attached. It is a vetted talent pipeline. Instead of starting from zero every time a role opens, the agency works from engineers they already know. People they have screened. People they have talked to in depth. People whose references and technical background have already been checked. That is the difference. You are not waiting for the internet to send resumes. You are getting introduced to people who are already closer to the mark. For growing teams, that changes the timeline fast. This becomes especially useful when the role is hard to fake and hard to fill. Full-stack engineers, front-end engineers, back-end engineers, mobile talent, platform and infrastructure hires, QA and test engineers, embedded and firmware specialists, engineering managers who can still speak credibly with the team. These are not interchangeable roles, and they are not easy roles to recruit with generic outreach. Most companies use a software engineer staffing agency for one of three reasons. The internal team is stretched thin. The role is unusually niche. Or speed matters because the business is already waiting on the hire. That is where a specialized recruiting partner earns its place. Not by sending more resumes, by sending fewer, better ones. The process itself is not complicated. The discipline is what matters. First, discovery. Not just the job description. The team. The stack. What went wrong with the last search? What kind of person will actually work well in the environment? Second, candidate matching. A real agency checks its existing pipeline first. That is why strong candidates can show up in days instead of months. Third, technical screening. You need someone asking about architecture choices, debugging habits, trade-offs, and production experience. Then comes placement and follow-up. Because a hire that looks good on day 1 but falls apart by day 90 was not a good hire. A strong process protects against that. Industry context matters. A software engineer who thrives at a SaaS startup may not be the right fit for healthcare, defense, or fintech. Salary conversations need to be market-specific. Part of the value here is calibration, knowing when your offer is too low or stronger than it needs to be. So, when should a company use an agency? Usually when hiring has stalled, the role is specialized, or the team cannot afford a slow search. What roles are in scope? Everything from React to leadership. And does the fee save money? Usually yes, when it prevents months of delay or a bad hire. Here is the takeaway. Growing teams do not need more applicants. They need better alignment between the role, the market, and the screening process. That is what a strong software engineer staffing agency is supposed to solve. KORE1 helps teams hire with that kind of clarity. If you are trying to fill a role that has already cost you enough time, this is the right moment to tighten the process and move with KORE1.